Hi everybody, this is John Voles here. I had the privilege of working with Janice McGinnis for quite a few years, and I gotta tell you, when I first got the news that Janice was finally taking the time to look inside, taking the time to follow that dream, to chase that dream of being a dancer at the Copa, I was excited. I was overjoyed. I remember the day that Janice came into my office. You know, here comes this meek young woman into my office, and man, I'll just never forget the look on her face. She was full of tears, and she sat down with me, and I'll never forget the words that she spoke that day. She looked at me in the eye and she said, "Make me something. I want to be something." What are you gonna do with that? You know, what's a guy gonna do with that? So yeah, I poured my time and my energy into Janice McGinnis because she was a girl with a dream, and that's what I'm about. I'm about building dreamers. I'm about building into them and making them something bigger than they ever imagined. Sure, we made a list of the things that Janice could possibly have pursued. What are your strengths, Janice? You know, she said, I've always pictured myself maybe being one of those lay girls. You know, when you come off the plane in Hawaii, and the girls come up to you and they put the lei over your shoulder and kiss you on the cheek, and I mean that was great. I thought that was precious. She thought about being a dance instructor, which, doggone it, I mean, you got to hand it to the girl. I think that would be great. I mean, that's not where she started. I remember the days of trying to get Janice to move on stage. Just move a little, Janice. Just a little shake here and there, something. You know, I mean, you look, I don't even believe you. You know, and those were tough times telling her that. You know, I don't even believe you. You've got to you got to show me when you sing the song that you really believe what you're singing. You got to move a little bit. You got to sing with some enthusiasm. Man, those were tough times, but man, she is a trooper and she's a fighter, and that girl never gave up. So yeah, the lay girl, she wanted to be a dance instructor, and you've come a long way, baby. I mean, that's great. You know, there was even a time where she thought, because she loves telling poop jokes so much, that we thought that maybe it was more than just a joke thing. There was a fascination there that maybe it was a gifting. Maybe it was something that could be pursued. So maybe she could be one of those girls, she could be a candy striper, or she could be one of those girls who works with old folks with impacted bowel movement, something like that. Because that was up her alley, you know, and no pun intended. And so what ends up happening is that Janice looks at me with all sincerity, and it was so cute as a button. She says, "I want to work for you." Wow. I mean, that was a lofty goal, and we worked hard at it. But you know what? She was worth it. Janice was worth it, and she pulled through. I mean, she's stellar. She's a star. She's golden. She's one of those people that I look back over the course of my life, and I say, whose life have I made better? Who would have nothing if it weren't for me? Janice is at the top of that list, and I got to tell you, that makes me feel good. That makes me feel good about her. Janice worked at Lakeside for 37 years, and she gave her heart and her soul and her mind and her brain and her head to that whole endeavor. It was a rough transition at first. I remember I'd come out of my office, and Janice was always wanting to do the old pull my finger jokes, and I mean, I'm not like that. I mean, there's fart guys and there's not fart guys. Brad Franklin, not a fart guy. Brian Hardwick, you know, and me, not a fart guy, not at all. I mean, you know, and so every day, got a little old. We had a breaker of that habit, but it was good. It was a tough thing for me as somebody who's relaxed, somebody who just, everything is water rolling off my back. With your perfectionism, with, having to have things just so all the time. Yeah, that was tough. But I learned to live with it. And that's good. I think that was good for the both of us. I wish I could be there today. I wish I could tell you in person that I'm very, very proud of you. There's a few reasons why I'm not there. I'm kind of tired today, in all honesty. That's one of the reasons. I didn't have a lot of money to come out. We asked a couple of people if they'd be willing to bankroll my trip out there. Of course, Tony first, because he makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. As a doctor, I don't know if people really know that, but no, that didn't work. I don't know. I wasn't invited. That was another reason. I found out about this on Thursday, but that's besides the point. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. I'm not going to think about it anymore. At some point. I mean, when I get to that point of where I don't think about it anymore and I let go of my bitterness, I can assure you that after that point, there won't be any more bitterness. I just don't know exactly when that time will come. But I love you, and I wish you the best. You're awesome. You're top notch. My whole family loves you. We'll talk to you soon.